Hello YouTube. It's been a while since I uploaded my channel. But I just wanted to address the situation that happened last night downtown Minneapolis, all the unrest and stuff. I'm just gonna come out and start by saying, like, off the gates, I got pissed off this morning when I was watching the news, the way they framed it as if like just another riot. They don't, no. And I'm gonna explain it to you. So I have did a lot of research in about this situation, but when after I read it, like, yeah, it's a public display of distrust. It's a public display of distrust of the police. It's like, yeah. So the man shot himself. The cops did not kill him, but some misinformation arose that the cops did kill him, and people got right angry. Cops. I'm gonna read a quote by Jeremiah Ellison, council member of the North Side. This is what he said. MPD did not kill him, but people assuming they did is rooted in a steep distrust. That distrust is our failure to own. Yep. And then also he went on to basically explain how a lot of misinformation has over time came from police themselves. Like, you can't trust them. Because let's be honest, police, they lie all the time. They lie almost all the time. Like, when you blatantly catch them on camera committing a crime, either whether it's the news, the media, or cops themselves, they like to twist it and make it look like they're not guilty. But like, when that on camera, a lot of times we blatantly see them commit crimes. And then that makes it so it's like, and during this time when they were telling the truth, you can't believe them. Yeah, because like the police have burned a lot of bridges over these, I'm just say generations and stuff. Like, they burned so many bridges. It's like, you can't trust them because they lie all the time. And this is just a representation of how this entire country has failed, from the local level of government all the way to the federal level, at adequately addressing the unrest in the country. Because it's not just about trying to sympathize with the protesters. It's not just about the symbolic change and stuff, like taking down Confederate statues and, placing them like civil rights readers and stuff. And like changing the names of like military bases and stuff. Like, it's fine, but it's not the issue. The issue is the police. They're killing black people. The issue is the police. They're lying. They're being dishonest. Those are the issues we need to be addressing. Now, I'm not judging people who like choose to like go out and destroy property and stuff, because it's like, you can rebuild and restore property, but you cannot rebuild and restore the human lives that have been deeply affected by the police. So it's like, our elected officials, like Jeremiah Ellison, that's the kind of words I like to hear. You're not necessarily condemning the violence, like, you're acknowledging the frustration of seeing the damage, but for the most part, you're talking about the deep-rooted cause. But then, and I want more politicians to talk like that. But then, it's not just about words, it's about the action. Then the politicians, do your job, represent the American people, and push for the change that the public wants to see. And stop acting out of self-interest. And stop pandering to the police. No. Whenever cops commit a crime, let's just call a thing what it is. They commit the same crimes as regular citizens. There's no difference. Unfortunately, this country has just such those standards for the police. Like, literally, citizens are placed at higher standards than the police, and it's ridiculous. Like, I mean, when I see police, I think of them, yeah, higher standard. Like, literally, our police can plead ignorance of the law when they commit a crime. Like, oh, I did not know I broke the law. Like, we citizens can't do that. We break the law and facing consequences no matter what, and it should be the same way for police. You broke the law, you're facing consequences. There's some people argue that's not fair. Well, if it's not fair for a cop, then it's definitely not fair for a citizen. Like, if you didn't know about a law, then should you be prosecuted for it? I say if you wear a badge, yes. But if you, the way I see it, like if you're a citizen, that you should get a pass. But as a cop who wears a badge, you should know about the laws out there that exist. You should know. And like, yeah. So it's basically like, this is why I'm saying, like, you know how lawyers, I think they have like 7 years in law school they have to complete. Maybe to have like a condensed version of law school that summarizes everything talked about into like 2 or 3 years for cops. Because cops, few months to become a cop, that's completely ridiculous. It should at least be 2 or 3 years to become a cop. That's how it should be. But yeah, and I just had to say my piece on my channel. The unrest is really not, I'm just going to summarize. The unrest, it's really not going to stop this time around until our politicians be leaders and make the change that citizens wants to see. But human lives mean more than property. You can rebuild and restore the property. Like, you can't rebuild and restore these human lives at the end of the day. So it's like, human lives being affected by the police is more important than the property destruction. So, yeah. Till our local officials start being leaders and stop pandering to the police, the unrest is just going to continue. We need to crack down on bad policing, and it needs to be drastic. Oh, one more point before I end this video. We need laws that protect good cops. We need to strike down all the laws that protect the bad cops, but we need laws that protect good cops. Because like, if you ever wonder why cops don't tell on other cops, well, it's the same as why people don't tell on others in the hood. It's the same reason. They don't want to be in fear for their life. So, we need laws that protect good cops, that allow them to come forward and expose corruption and testify against their partners and lock them up. That's what we need. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. That's it for this video. And I'll see you next one.